ओरिएंटेशन ओरिएंटेशन का लाइव થઈ ગયું છે. ओके આમાં કંઈ થાય નહીં, ચાલુ કરી દીધું છે. સ્ટાર્ટ કરેલા પાછળ લઈ લઈએ. चैनल बोले चल चालू
नमस्कार, सुप्रभात. केमिस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंटના આજના વર્કશોપમાં આપ સર્વેનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરીએ છીએ. થોડા જીબીના મેન્ટેનન્સ કાર્યને કારણે પાવર સપ્લાય બંધ થયો છે અને તેની કારણે તેની વ્યવસ્થાના ભાગરૂપે થોડી સુવિધાઓ ફરીથી કરવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરી રહ્યા છે. એટલે થોડીક આપણા કાર્યક્રમમાં થોડીક તકલીફ માફી માગીએ છીએ, પણ આપણા કાર્યક્રમને આપણે આગળ વધારીશું. આપણી વચ્ચે આજના આદરણીય મહેમાનશ્રીઓ ઉપસ્થિત છે. સર્વેનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરીએ છીએ.
આજના વર્કશોપની મંગલ શરૂઆત આપણી ભારતીય સંસ્કૃતિની પરંપરા મુજબ પ્રાર્થનાથી કરી. પ્રાર્થના રજૂ કરવા માટે હું ડૉક્ટર રૂપા પટેલને વિનંતી કરું છું.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा भूतेषु विद्यारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः. આજના આ કાર્યક્રમના મંગલ શરૂઆત માટે આદરણીય શ્રી મંચસ્થ મહાનુભાવ શ્રીઓને દીપ પ્રાગટ્ય માટે વિનંતી. दीपज्योतिर्नमस्तुभ्यं दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पद शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते. સર્વેનો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર. આપ સૌને પોતાનું સ્થાન ગ્રહણ કરવા માટે વિનંતી.
આજના વર્કશોપમાં આવકાર પ્રવચન માટે હેડ ઓફ ધ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટના ડૉક્ટર ફિરોઝ કાપડિયા સરને વિનંતી કરું છું.
Respected President of Pilimora Vibhag Keravani Mandal, Mr. Bhupendrabhai. આજના આ વર્કશોપ Auxiliary and Trial on Fabrics ના આપના મુખ્ય રિસોર્સ પર્સન coming from Vitasar Silicon Limited Mumbai, Dr. Srikanthbhai Patel, Pawan Industries આપના બીજા રિસોર્સ પર્સન મિસ્ટર ધર્મેશભાઈ પટેલ, ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝના ઓનર નીરજભાઈ, faculty members, and dear students, good morning to all of you. On behalf of the chemistry department, it is a great pleasure to me to warmly welcome to all for this workshop on auxiliary and trial on fabrics. This workshop has been thoughtfully organized to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical industrial application in textile chemistry. We are truly honored to have experienced industrial resource person from Britasel Silicon Limited, Mumbai, who will share their valuable insight and hands-on experience with our students and faculty. We are grateful to our President, Mr. Bhupendra Bayami, and other members of Bilimora Vibhag Kerala Mandal for their constant encouragement and support, which motivates us to organize such industry-oriented academic activities. I am confident that this workshop will be highly beneficial for our students, improvement their practical skills and understanding of textile auxiliary and fabrics processing. Once again, I extend a heartfelt welcome to all dignitaries, resource persons, faculty members and students, and wish the workshop great success. Thank you very much.
થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ સર. આપણી વચ્ચે આજના વર્કશોપના તજજ્ઞશ્રીઓ ઉપસ્થિત છે. એમનો પરિચય આપવા માટે કેમિસ્ટ્રી ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટના અને આઈક્યુએસસી કોઓર્ડિનેટર ડૉક્ટર જિગ્નેશ દેસાઈ સરને વિનંતી.
Good morning. Without name and introduction, it is impossible to carry on the simple, we can say, the hands-on workshop on making auxiliaries and trial on fabrics. Today here, owners of Britasel Silicon Company as well as the Britasel Healthcare Company guest, which will be simple, we can say, joined to us after 11 o'clock, Mr. Ketan Bhai Desai, and he actually supported for the whole program where we are sitting Aspi Golden Jubilee Hall. Before 10 to 8 years, it is just like a simple terrace, but see the beauty of the reaction after the simple, we can say, the handsome amount which is donated by Britasel, and we are sitting over here with a Ketan Bhai Desai, Messrs. Bhai Desai, Britasel Company. He has actually completed his B.Pharm just one or two colleges in Gujarat at that time in 1986, and then after he joined his father's business, and simply see how can he grow up the simple company, and now it is simple, we can say, the multinational company of Silicon and Healthcare Limited. So here he is not present, but we here welcome, and as well as the joined with 11 o'clock. He also supported to sports complex, which is behind the simple, we can say, beside the KB Patel school, and also donated the handsome amount for sports complex also. And then after in last 3 years, 24, 25, and this is 26, from Britasel Company, the resource person, Dalvi Sahib, Prasant Bhai, Deepak Bhai Parmar, and now Srikant Patil sir, most of who are in semester 4, that means they have already joined. Last year we have simple, we can say, fiber to fabrics or yarn to fabrics seminar state level, where he delivered a lecture on silicon fabrics. He actually coming from Mumbai, business head of Britasel Company. UDCT, the old name, and ICT is the new name. We all have simple, we can say, show the picture, 3 idiots. ICT is the silver, one of the most excellent compared to IIT, equivalent IIT institute from where he has completed his BTech, MTech, PhD, done the maximum work for academic, you can say industry. So he's we can say companies as well as the most colleges and institutes. So we welcome to Dr. Srikant Patil sir. Next one is ધર્મેશભાઈ પટેલ. હવે ગુજરાતીમાં કહેવું તમને અમને માટે ખાસ છે. આના પરથી તમારે શીખ લેવાની છે. He completed his BSc from PT Science College in 1995. Thereafter, he changed his line and go to Mantra for the course of textile. Number of courses are there after BSc, MSc, and thereafter he joined firstly as a dyeing master in a Dada silk mill. And after he jumped much more companies. After the simple, we can say as per the experience, and now he is the area manager of Brita Cell company from last year. So you can see how can you achieve your goal from the simple, we can say first stage to last stage. So here simple, we can say in chemistry, physics or botany, one is a simple reaction where occur the most required reactant. We all are reactant. And the arrow is simple, we can say where the process is done. Simple that the product. Now the product is how much is this simple, we can say variable, or how it is excellent, how it is a simple remarkable, which is done on arrow. That means it is a catalyst. And the catalyst is Bhupendra. So enzyme without enzyme catalyst, reaction cannot be simple, we can say carry on. Number of reactions are there, backward reactions are, forward reactions are, spontaneous are, non-spontaneous are, must require the catalyst. And as a man of polymer science, silicon, inorganic polymer, we must learn the major 3 steps required: initiation, propagation, and termination. For initiation, we must require an initiator. Prarambhaka. Who is the initiator? So is the really Bhupendra sir. Who starts the simple this journey, and then after we have to propagate in this reaction. During this simple, we can say delivering the lecture on silicon. And then after all practicals are based on theory. All practicals are based on theory. That means if you have no knowledge of theory, then you can't do the practical. As per the simple, we can say the research paper we published in a higher level journal. And lastly, the step is termination, where polymer is formed. So at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, we terminate here over. The simple process is over. So here I highly welcome to all of. The next one is Jitin Soni sir, owner of Pawan Industries, manufacturing of dyes and intermediate. So we have a simple today 2 resource person. One is the Srikant Patil sir, second one is a Dharmesh Bhai, and owners of the Ketan Bhai. I am very happy to introduce themselves. Thank you very much.
આભાર સર. આપણી આગવી પોલીમર કેમિસ્ટ્રીની આગવી શ્રેણીમાં વિમાનોનો પરિચય આપવા બદલ ખૂબ આભાર. અતિથિ દેવો ભવની સંસ્કૃતિને ઉજાગર કરનારી આપણી ભારતીય પરંપરાને અનુરૂપ આપણા મહેમાનશ્રીઓને પુષ્પ અને સ્મૃતિ વ્યક્તિ સ્વાગત કરવા માટે આમંત્રણ આપી ભૂમિપુરા વિભાગ કેળવણી મંડળના પ્રમુખ શ્રી આદરણીય શ્રી ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ અમીન સરે આજના આપણા રિસોર્સ પર્સન આદરણીય શ્રી ડોક્ટર શ્રીકાંત પાટીલ સર બિઝનેસ હેડ છે Auxiliaries Silicon Industries and Auxiliaries Health Tech Mumbai na એવા આદરણીય ડોક્ટર શ્રીકાંત પાટીલ સરનું સ્વાગત કરવા માટે આદરણીય ડોક્ટર ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ અમીન સરને વિનંતી. આભાર સર. આપણી વચ્ચે વિકાસલ સિલિકોન એન્ડ વિકાસલ હેલ્થ કેરના એરિયા મેનેજર ડોક્ટર ધર્મેશભાઈ પટેલ.
હેલો
એમનો
હેલો હેલો
કરવા માટે
હેલો
હેડ ઓફ ધી કેમિસ્ટ્રી ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ ડોક્ટર સરોજ સરને વિનંતી.
હેલો 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 હેલો
આભાર સર. ઇન્ટરમીડિયેટના આદરણીય શ્રી જીતેનભાઈ સોની સર ઉપસ્થિત છે. ડોક્ટર જિગ્નેશ સરને એમનું સ્વાગત કરવા માટે વિનંતી. આભાર સર. વિલિમોરા વિભાગના આદરણીય શ્રી ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ અમીન સરનું સ્વાગત કરવા માટે આભાર સર. આપણી વચ્ચે શ્રી નિલેશભાઈ અમીન સર ઉપસ્થિત છે, જેઓ અંબિકા ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીના ઓનર અને વિકાસલ સિલિકોન લિમિટેડના ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટર છે. એમનું સ્વાગત કરવા માટે ડોક્ટર જિગ્નેશ દેસાઈ સરને વિનંતી. આપણી વચ્ચે આજના રિસોર્સ પર્સન ડોક્ટર શ્રીકાંત પાટીલ સર ઉપસ્થિત છે. એમના પ્રવચન માટે વિનંતી કરીએ છીએ. ડોક્ટર શ્રીકાંત પાટીલ સર.
Good morning, everybody. Is it working? Working? Okay. Now, till we have other arrangement, we'll start talking. Okay. before I introduce myself and we start to our actual topic, so let me take opportunity to thank my organization, Britasel Silicons Limited, where I work. Thanks to my owners, Managing Director Naishad Desai sir, then my director, another owner, Mr. Ketan Bhai Desai. So they encouraged me to participate in this particular workshop. Bhupendra, I would like to thank to Bhupendra Bhai Amin. He just ordered me to come here. So it is our pride and willingness to participate in such type of thing. So I said there is no formality. I am always available to interact with the students. Okay. Teaching was my first love. Out of 35 years in my knowledge, my experience in industry, I have spent 4 years in my teaching our academic experience in UDCT, earlier UDCT, and now it is ICT. So I did my BTech, MTech, and PhD Tech in polymer science in UDCT. So I was, teaching them for 4 years, and then I went to industry. Okay, so I must tell my first love is to teaching. So still today, I visit many colleges, institutes for teaching. I work as an examiner. I present my papers and all this thing apart from my industrial experience. Okay. So today also I'm conducting some electives in ICT in for chemical engineering for various subjects. So it is my pleasure and honor to interact with you and pass on whatever the little knowledge I'm having. Okay, whatever I have. Now the topic which I selected will deal with that particular thing. We have structured our presentation in such a fashion. I have to finish everything by 3:30 because I have to catch my train to go back to my house. Important thing I would like to thank while doing all these things is all professors who has helped me. Professor Prajapati, Professor Desai, then just to read their names. Professor Kamlesh Prajapati, Professor Feroz Kapadia, Professor Jignesh Desai, and they constantly in touch with me and they have arranged everything. So they have taken a lot of trouble. So I'm just coming and delivering all this. Otherwise, it would not have been possible. I must mention the decoration committee, which I saw the kind of decoration they have done, and I was really amazed the kind of reception you people have done. So this is rare in my son. So I'm really overwhelmed. So I felt as if I had come to my home. So this is something, I can imagine the kind of efforts you people have taken. Generally, this doesn't happen in Mumbai. People don't have time to do all these things. Okay. So I would like to also thank to my colleague Dharmesh Bhai here. So I was troubling him to bring all this thing, the banners and all this thing. It was a logistical issue, transferring from Mumbai to Surat and bringing. So yesterday afternoon he could collect and bring it here. I'll explain all this product, what Britasel is having. Then I must thanks to Neeraj Bhai. Neeraj Bhai, I was constantly troubling him because the kind of chemicals I was requiring to demonstrate to you are the key chemicals. Otherwise, I would not have done anything. So those chemicals are already here in the laboratory. Unfortunately, the power has gone, but we'll conduct all this thing. Okay. So I must thank Neeraj Bhai to arrange all this thing. So you can imagine this is not just happening like this. You people have come. It is not just automatic. So many people are taking efforts around it. So we must give a big clap to all these people. We have very inspiring person, Mr. Jatin Soni sir here. Mr. Soni sir here. I had opportunity to meet, and just hear about his story. It's a very interesting story. Now, I don't know how many people are there, maybe 200 people or so. After this session is over, if I have a very limited, expectation from the whatever efforts these people have taken. If one person has started the industry, this purpose is solved. Purpose is served. We want one entrepreneur from an entire group. If everybody is starting entrepreneurship, I'll be very happy. Down the line, maybe after 5 years, you take this particular seed of hope that you can do it. The kind of demonstration we'll be doing are the actual things which we are going to do, and these are required in the industry. It is not just theory. It is. I would like to tell you the actual thing happening in the industry, how to do it. We are not hiding anything. We will tell you what are the chemicals being used, how to do it, how to apply being applied onto the fabric, and what is the testing we are doing. And you will see amazing the difference without treatment and with treatment. You'll see yourself. And these products are very much required in industry. Textile industry is a huge industry. You can imagine 140 crores people in our India, and additional people around the world are wearing clothes. They require clothes, they require fabric, they require multiple clothes, they require different types of fabric treatment. So you can imagine the volume you require. The volume, there's a tremendous scope, and there are n number of additives required for them. So look from this particular thing. So you might be coming here for out of compulsion, I don't know, but take a hope, take an idea from this particular workshop. There is a serious intent behind it. It is not just a formality. You take an opportunity. I can assure you, else. I must thank to VS Patel College that they are taking such a great efforts to interact between the industry and the student to create this particular awareness. So you take an inspiration and start thinking, I must start my industry. Why I'm saying that? If you start industry, you will give employment to another 10 people. Just imagine if the entire class, entire hall is giving employment to the at least 10 people, from security to account person. Just imagine, there will not be employment problem in India. There will not be employment in our own villages, on own city. We don't have to depend on anybody. We don't have to depend on our government. We have to generate these particular opportunities, business opportunity yourself. And you would like to start your own, you would like to be your boss of your own. So whatever things I'm going to tell you, listen it carefully, ask questions. If you do not ask question, this opportunity will not come. I'm sure you will not get opportunity to go to library and find that particular thing. I'll be very, very happy. You question me. Question everything what I'm going to tell you, so that you will clarify in your mind what we are going to do it. It's a theory you are reading anyway, but how it is being converted into the how. Suppose you want to make a tea. You have learned, somebody has demonstrated you how to make a tea. Otherwise, nobody knows how to do a tea. There must be a recipe available in the library how to make a tea. But suppose you decide to make a tea best in the town, best in the city. So people will queue behind it. I'm just giving you one analogy of shop in Bangalore. You have to wait for 15 minutes to get a tea there, because that person has specialized in making tea. Otherwise, every day we are, having a tea. Okay. So somebody tries to do some special, make it different. So again, coming to, Sony sir, he was telling me he was a just ordinary chemist in one company making some auxiliary acid. Okay. He took inspiration from there. He wanted to be his own boss. He wanted to start his industry. You know what he did? He started manufacturing. Nobody would have imagined a type of a chemical which would have been used in manufacturing of dyes and intermediates, and started supplying to whom? The multinationals. The Sandoz, BSF, and Color Chem, and all these people he started supplying to them. Just imagine, it's not easy. Organized companies cannot do this. But a person, young age person like you, has a thing in mind, I will do something at my own. Raw materials not available. Raw materials were imported. Not having money, not a penny in bank. Bank was not ready to give money. Who will give you loan in bank? On what basis? Suppose you go to the bank. Why bank will give you loan? They will not give you 10,000 rupees. Because we don't have worth. To tell bank, give me 10,000 rupees. But he managed all these things. Managing business is something great, but he has determination to win. So what happened? Multinationals were requesting you, please supply us. Please supply. Can you imagine multinational literally requesting him to, they were telling him that we will arrange your raw materials, but don't stop our supply. That should, the USP of our business. So we are very happy to have Sony sir. You take inspiration from such type of people, and that's the reason why we should be interacting with you. It is not just lecturing. It is not just that we just complete something and go away. There is a serious intent behind it. Just imagine So many people are working behind it. I can tell you at least people are working behind this, and that too, they are. I mean, the people at the level of say managing director, leaving aside their work just to happen this particular. Why? You are our biradari. You are our next generation. You are going to carry this India on your shoulders. We have spent force. Our career has completed. We are not going to do something different now. We have done whatever. Now, why I'm doing this? I want you to be entrepreneur. I want you to be knowledgeable person. How you cannot be just entrepreneur like that. When I'm saying this, I'm not excluding only you know boys. I'm also looking at the girls. It is very easy. Everybody is equally capable. So don't think no, I'll go and do some laboratory work and no. Keep that inspiration in your mind that I'll start my own plant, own factory, and it is possible. I can go on giving you hundreds of such type of examples how they have started and how they have become successful. Okay, so having said this, okay, I think somewhere else there is a power has come. We can go there and start discussing all this thing. Before that, what I would like to tell you is that I have selected almost 6 to 7 types of surface treatment agents for a fabric. Okay, so my company is manufacturing. Britas Silicon is manufacturing those particular products. So I'll take you through the those agents. What is those agents? What they mean actually, theoretically, what it is. What is meant by softener? What is meant by scouring agent? What is meant by say water repellent? What is meant by you know softening agent, or maybe silicone softening agent, or cationic softening agent, or you can say water repellent, or say for example disinfectant coating on that on the fabric. So like that, I'll explain you. Then I'll tell you how these products are being manufactured. Okay. And then I'll tell you how to treat on the fabric, how to apply on the fabric, and how to test that. So exactly same way, I'll be making those samples in the laboratory. So I'll be requiring help from volunteers from girls and boys who will do this work along with me, so that you will have a practical experience. The real chemicals are being brought from industry. You make those solutions. You apply yourself onto the fabric. I'll tell you how to do that, and then yourself see before treatment and after treatment. So the concept is very clear. So when we talk about the softener, I'll tell you what is softener means when you are doing the theoretical part, and then when you're actually making the softener, you'll understand. Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen in theory part. Now I'm doing dissolving it, making the solution. I have to do this and start. Okay, so yeah, so I think if the hall is ready, can we go there? No? My presentation ready. I think we can shift to the another hall and we'll start our work. Yeah?
લોકો નીકળી જાવ તો. આવો એ લોકો નીકળી જાવ.
treatment and testing of water repellent agent. Okay. Further, we will see about the encapsulated fragrance and the perfect finish onto the manufacturing. First, we will manufacture this particular agent, and then how to treat it and how to test it. It's very interesting. You will rub the blood and you will get the smell. And not only once, after 10 washes, after 20 washes, still you get a particular thing. You will come to know how it is coming. It is not a fragrance. It is the encapsulated thing which is sticking onto the fabric, and when you rub it, it breaks and the fabric comes out. If you are not touching it, it will not break. But you shake your fabric, and there are millions of those encapsulated fragrances under this one fabric. Then we will manufacture this disinfectant agent and we will try to apply it. Now, this particular thing you cannot see with your own eyes. Okay? You require proper hand gloves and all these things. But I will try, if time permits, I will show you. Then how to differentiate whether it is treated and untreated. Then you have to send the fabric to the third party laboratory. You have to tell them that you give me a report on my fabric, that how much it kills the viruses and bacteria. So they will give you log reduction. There's 99%, 90%, 99.999%. No bacteria and viruses being killed by this one. Next. So we have Britacell manufactures variety of product, almost 250 types of product. You can imagine the kind of treatment goes into the fabric. You can imagine the kind of big industry. So I have selected a few. This one, Euroscore 558 is a scouring agent. I will manufacture one scouring agent, and also I will make a solution of this is a ready product. I will make a solution. See that difference in the manufactured product and the specific product what we are promoting in the market, and without treatment what happens. Then Laxaroma mint, or Laxaroma peppermint, Laxaroma rose, Laxaroma lime, variety of fragrances there. You name the fragrance, those encapsulated products are available in the market. So we'll show you. This is the fragrance encapsulation finish which was applying to the industry. Then we have got a Cibacel 80, which is a silicone softener, which is a very prominent product we are having. Then we have a Nycil, which is a cationic softener. Then we have a Celsop EM, a cationic softener. Then Celgad F06, which is a water repellent textile finish. Okay. We'll start immediately with the scouring process. Okay, scouring process and the scouring agent. Okay. What is scouring? See, when fabric, you take a cotton, you make a fibers from the cotton, you make a cloth from the cotton, but you cannot wear it. It is so rough. It contains so many impurities because it is coming from nature. So it has got waxes, natural waxes, it has got dirt, dust, and when it is being spun in the industry, they use cooling oil, they use lubricant, they have a marking onto the fabric, all are contaminated. The moment it is there, you cannot dye the fabric properly. You need to have a surface preparation of the fabric so that whatever the intended dye should be coated onto that, or it can be printed, or whatever the surface treatment you want to give to the fabric, it should be ready for that. To make that particular fabric ready for all the surface treatments or fabric treatment, scouring process is the initial process. You understand what I am saying? Without this scouring process, the finished process will not start. So what happens? The fabric contains oil, wax gum, soluble impurities, solid dirt, which are found in the textile material. So we need to remove that. This is called a scouring process. So what are there? So oil, fats, waxes, minerals, leafy matter coming from nature, cotton, molds, small insecticides. These are important which are interfering in the dyeing and finishing. So you need to get rid of all these fabric. So scouring is required. The synthetic fabric contains spin finishes, cooling oils, knitting oils, which are used in the industry. Okay. Then milk grease, the greasing of the machines that get stuck onto the fabric, that you need to remove. Lubricants, which are as a lubricant material, milk grease is used. Milk dirt is there. Then there are temporary fabric marking being done, the person who is, running the machine, he makes for his reference some mark. So you can imagine, suppose I want to make a white shirt, and if these intern inputted there, I'm not able to get the white shirt. So all these things should be removed. So this process of removing this impurity is called as the scouring. Understood? Am I clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are variety of impurities into the fabric. Some are soluble, some are not water soluble. Generally, most are water insoluble material. Okay. So you have to make it water soluble by variety of ways. By dissolving into the suitable organic solvent, then making the suspension in the water, maybe water soluble. You have to react with something to make the water soluble these impurities. Okay. Yes. So for example, look at this. You have a cotton, wool or polyester. Then there is a pre-wetting called hydration as losing impurities. And this is the scouring bath. In general reactor, it means there is a hot water, detergent or surfactant you can say. Then you have alkalis like sodium hydroxide. This is treated. Then your residues are removed. Multiple times you have to remove because whatever things are there, it has to get rid of. So from the scouring region has to come out of the fabric once it is, the purpose is done. Then multiple things you have to do with the water and neutralization because your sodium hydroxide is there. You can't afford to have sodium hydroxide in the cloth. So it has to be acid treated to neutralize it. Again wash it. Then whatever clean textile you get, the fabric you get, it has to be impurity free, water absorbent, ready for dye. So this is for making the ready for dyeing or further treatment, you have to carry out this scouring. Okay. What scouring? Just we discussed. To make generally the cotton is hydrophobic. Phobic means heating. There are two types of material. One is hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Hydrophobic means water heating, water repelling, heating, and hydrophilic is loving. So to make, because you are treating material into water, so you have to make a fabric which is water loving. And exactly that I will show you. I will show you the cotton which is called as a grape fabric, which you put into water, it will not get wetted by the water because there are so many impurities there. But moment you put into a scouring agent, it will get absorbed immediately and get into water. And this is the difference between ordinary water and the scouring agent. You got my point? So what scouring does, it increases the absorbency on the textile because you have to absorb surface treatment, you have to absorb dyes. Then scouring is required to clean the material addition of alkali to make ready fabric for the next processing, to remove non-cellulose substance for in case of cotton. Cotton is cellulose material. Anything apart from cellulose has to be removed from the cotton. Acid is not okay. So such oil is treated with the solution of sodium hydroxide. The oil splits into acid and glycerin. What is the definition of oil? It is a mixture of triglyceride of mixed fatty acid. It is a triglyceride of mixed fatty acid. So with the help of evaporation, it converts into the soap solution that is fatty acid. One of fatty acid, a sodium salt of fatty acid, is fatty acid. One of fatty acid, a sodium salt of fatty acid, and the glycerin. Glycerin is water soluble, and sodium salt of fatty acid is just by making oil soluble into water. By splitting oil, process. What difference you get from this? What you see here? Can anybody differentiate the photograph? These two photographs, this photograph and this. Can you do the difference? Anybody can tell me the difference? What is the difference between this photograph and
of this photograph. It's very easy to see. This is, by the way, this photograph of a fiber under scanning electron microscope, enlarged by 10,000 times. Madam, can you tell me what is the difference you see here? This fiber, this is not treated. This is not before scouring and after scouring. What difference you see? Yes, you will.
In first photo we can see impurities.
Correct.
And in second photo we can
Exactly.
see clear.
Exactly. Very good. So what you are seeing, these are the impurities you see on the fiber. Now, after scouring, the cotton is free from the all the impurities. Now it is ready for the with the naked eye you cannot see it, but under the electron microscope you can see it. Is this clear on the dark benches? Is it clear? I need interaction. Can you give me receipt whatever I am saying to you? Huh? Last. I need interaction. Okay? Next. So scouring process depends on what type of cotton you are having, the color of cotton, cleanliness of the cotton, twist or count in the yarn, construction of fabric, and percentage shade and type of shade finish being used. The scouring process depends on that. All these processes decide what type of scouring agent I must hold the formulation. Depending on that, the formulation for the scouring process will change. Okay, what is the formula for the scouring? Mind well. Keep attention here. You have a caustic soda, anyway, sodium hydroxide is called as the caustic soda. This material is acidic material, sulfide by glycerides, that is waxes oil, and soluble silicates. This is the function of the formulating. Then you have a sulfide tank. It reduces the surface tension and minimizes the surface tension between the two surfaces. Detergent. This emulsifier oil, fat, waxes, remove oil, polio, bone salt. That oil present in these are the skins which are oil borne. Then chelating agent, deactivate metal ions, because being a natural material, there will be some minerals. Then sodium silicate, it penetrates and breaks down the lignin. Part of the carbon is lignin also there. Lignin is a part of cellulose. Then you have a soda ash, sodium carbonate, which maintains the pH of the scouring agent. And then you have a solvent which help to remove, which is this certain material which is not solubilized or the test. So this is a typical drop test. This is a fiber, and if you put a water onto that, this will form such type of perfect circle of a drop. That means your scouring is complete. If it is an uneven, then your scouring is not proper. If such type of drop is sprayed, that means its purpose is not served. So when it forms, that means your fiber is completely recovered, removed from the surface. Okay? So, yeah. So you have a red, 1% direct red or Congo red, and make the solution and put on the fabric, and you will come to know the. Okay, this is a practical. You will also show. Next. Softness. Now this is very interesting. What is softener? Softener is a sulfate agent which gets absorbed onto the fiber, okay, to make them smooth, and thereby improving the feel and comfort of the product. Without softener, you will not comfort of wearing the product. Whatever product you are wearing has to be treated with softener. Otherwise, imagine wearing a jute. You know jute? Material. For example, your Dettol is a see-through material. When you take a Dettol and put into water, it becomes hazy. Initially, it is a micro-emulsion. Moment you put into water, it becomes an emulsion and it forms a opaque material. Have you experienced this? Okay. Next. So what happens? Can you see this fiber which is uneven? After treating with the softener, your fiber becomes uniform. See the difference between them. So softening is generally defined as the process of modifying the handle or feel of the texture. Handle means how you handle it, how you feel it. Okay. And the phenomena associated with the modification of surface is called as a softening process. Next. This is A typical softener which is having a negative positive charge, which is called as a cationic group, and this is a hydrophilic tail. Hydrophobic tail. Hydrophobic means water hating, and this is your fiber surface. Cotton. Cotton is having negative surface charge. Remember, very important. Cotton is having negative charge. Your softener is a long tail with a positive charge, which is the cationic group. Naturally, negative will attract positive and get adsorbed onto this. Clear? This is action happening in the softener. You disperse the softener into water, it forms the solution and it gets attracted onto the fiber surface. The fiber surface contains negative, cellulose and a negative charge. Your cation softener and the positive charge. Remaining, this is get oriented as a water hating. Water hating means water repellent. Okay? This is the, as I mentioned to you, this is the schematic representation of cationic softener acting on a negative charge fiber surface. That means the cotton. This is very important figure when you talk about the softening part. Do not forget this particular figure all of your life. How softening acting. Your cotton is negatively charged, your cation softener is positive charge, gets absorbed onto this. Okay, next. See here again, the head, which is, here is this. Here is this. This is cationic group, this is positively charged, okay, and which is a hydrophilic, that is water loving. So this is a negative charge, your fiber is negatively charged, this is adsorbed onto this, and this part is water repellent, water hating. And this tail, which is a fatty chain, which is neutral and hydrophobic, water fearing or water hating. Is this clear? Is it? Now, this is the surfactant, that is cationic surfactant. Hydrophilic group, which is adsorbing on this, hydrophobic group going away from this. So, next. Again. So what happens in the, when I have a cotton shirt, okay? I wash it properly and put under the drying line in the sun. So what happens, the cotton in my shirt is not coated with the softener. Then what happens? This is the water inside the two fibers. It forms cross-linking structure along with the fiber. Okay? And water remains there. And when you try to come out because of the sun, the two fibers come together. And that is why the dry clothes are shrunk. Can you see a cotton shirt? Cotton clothes get shrunk because then you put your ironing, because you have to iron and remove this one. So that is exactly happening here. Now same happening if I treat it with the softener, what happens? They remove water from the two fibers and they do not form the hydrogen bonding. What is the formed here? Okay? So my shirt will not get shrunk, the fabric will not shrink. It is easy for the ironing and then it will soft on my clothes, soft on my body. What the difference? This is softener. And also this is the mechanism happening. What is softening? This is, remember this water gets, when you dry your clothes, it gets shrunk because the water is there, it is forming, it is shrinking together. It is, water gets removed, fiber comes together. But when you are drying and the softener is present, it will not allow to come close together. That is softening. Okay, next. Let us talk about the cationic softener. Okay, we talked about softener, how it is happening. Now, specifically we will take. There are three types of softeners: cationic, anionic, and amphoteric. We are not going to discuss anionic. We are not going to discuss about the amphoteric. We will specifically discuss anionic. Anionic softener and cationic softener are positively charged. You know, the head, which is positive, that is cationic. Anionic is water heating. And when you mix together, then it becomes, they are incompatible, they are precipitated. So when you are, suppose you are working in textile industry, you cannot take a part of the anionic and part of the cationic. When you do it, it will get spoiled. So you have to be very careful. What? Next. The cationic softeners are positively charged, get absorbed on the fibers, and it enhances the softness, reduce static and improve fabric. Next. So what is happening? There are electrostatic attraction. When it is coated on the fabric, it gets electrostatically absorbed. You will ask question, how it is getting attracted? My fabric is having negative charge, my surfactant is having, my software is having positive charge. It is the process which is get attracted is called as a electrostatic attraction. Okay. Then once it is absorbed, long hydrophobic chain. I have a softener which is in here. The long chain protruding out, oriented out, and that is water hitting. The moment water is there, it repels the water. Okay. Next. The main function of the catonic is it gives the fabric softer, smoother, and more pleasant to touch and wear. Okay. Then it reduces the friction and peeling. The lubricated layer between the fiber to fiber, it reduces the friction, which decreases the peeling and improves the drape and flow. Can you see this photograph? It's a sweater. You must have observed the sweater is having small peels. This is because the sweater is, you must have purchased on the road, it is not treated, and that's why it is cheap. And you get this particular peeling. This peeling is because of this. If the sweater is treated properly with the softener, this peeling will not be there. You can see this, the fibers are coming out, it is forming a small gola, right? It is called as a peeling. So, what is the handle? Handle is how it feels it. Okay? In denim processing, it helps to improve the stiffness, softness of the finish. Otherwise, denim shirts or denim pants very difficult to wear. The kind of fiber you are wearing, very difficult unless until the softener is there. So it reduces the friction. You will not be able to wear because of the friction. You will not be able to wear because of the friction. Another example I tell you, the football players run continuously for 1 hour on the field. Suppose what will happen, suppose they are wearing a cotton fabric. Can anybody tell me what will happen to them? After 15 minutes they will not be able to play. But when they for 59 minutes they run and constantly move, it is just because of the kind of cloth they wear. Because the clothes are treated in such a fashion, whatever the moisture coming in forms of the sweat, it gets leaked out. It is the capillary action goes away, and it is a constantly the body is free from moisture, free from the sweat, and that's why they are able to run. If it is only cotton, it will remain there, and after some time they will not be able to play. This is the practical use of the fabric where the wicking effect takes place, and that is possible only and only with the surface treatment of the softeners. Okay, next. They improve the sewability of the handling process. You would like to have a proper dress. It should, sometimes you say the tailor has shown my dress upon perfectly. It is not only tailor's skill, it is also a fabric which allows him to do the way it has been sewn. Otherwise, the fabric will not be, cooperating him to do his sewing process. Okay, this is coming from your softness. Next. So basically, these are quaternary amounts. As I mentioned, the electric negative charge. The negative charge on the fiber attracts the hydrophilic head of the software. Okay. Next. Now, I explained this particular figure. This is the pattern. This is the positive charge of the software, and gas oriented. Okay. Next. Yeah. Typical. No. This is a negatively charged fiber, right? Which is a rough surface. This is the quaternary amine compound, which is a softener. It is dispersed into water. Okay. Your water is containing the softener. This type of long chain and positive charge. Now, because of the electrostatic attraction, you get absorbed onto this. Softener absorbed onto the fiber, and you get a lubricating layer onto the fabric because of the softener. Once it is lubricated, now you can wear it comfortably. I can challenge you, if you take an untreated fabric, you will not be able to wear more than 30 minutes because it is very uncomfortable to wear. and that is the whole textile industry is doing for you. So what happens? The smooth and soft fiber, reduction in fitwell, improve the softness. Next. See here again the same thing is happening. It is called as a meniscus attraction force between the water. While drying, the water gets away from this, okay, and the fabric gets strong. But moment there is a softener, it will not allow to come together. Okay, and the surface are here. Small amount of water is there, and it will maintain the difference between two fibers. So after drying also your fabric is good and you can easily iron it. Otherwise, if it is not treated, you will find it very difficult to press it. Very difficult to press it. That is the difference between the treated and untreated. Next. See, eventually the softener is dispersed into water called the mycelium and then gets absorbed into the fabric. Whatever softer molecules are dispersed into water, they are dispersed into water. Then they are positive charge here, moving towards the cotton. This is negative charge, this is positive charge, and long hydrophilic alkyl chains are extending outward. This long chains are going away from this way, and these are repelling water because they are water hitting, water phobic, hydrophobic. Okay. But what are the catalytic softener formulation? You have a quaternary ammonium compound, you have a fatty acid derivative, you have an emulsifier, and water as a solvent. These are basically raw materials for your formulation, and we will see when we do what is the actual formulation being used. Next. See what are the catalytic softener available in the market? You have a dehydrogenated toluene ammonium chloride. This is the dynamic softener available in the market. This is a chemical name. Dehydrogenated dimethyl ammonium chloride, then quaternary ammonium salt, then sterile dimethyl benzyl ammonium chloride. These are cationic softeners. Okay, next. So basically it is a quaternary ammonium compound. It can be applied by exhaustion or the padding process. There are two ways of applying onto the fabric. It is a padding process, means there are two rollers are moving and the cloth it is dipped into that, goes to the padding. You can adjust the gap between two rollers and you can uniformly apply onto that and excess of the softener can be removed. Use a washing machine. With washing machine, put on cloths, put on a softener and tumble it. It is called as a exhaustion process. Exhaustion process. This is exhaustion process. Okay. But there is one drawback of softener. They turn yellow on exposure at higher temperature and to sunlight. So that's why they affect to the light fastness on the direct and reactive dyes. So this is a limitation of the softener. Now to overcome that particular thing, we switch over to silicone softeners. Next. We discussed all about them. The pH lies between 5 to 6. They are water soluble. Okay. Next. Okay. We discussed the advantage and disadvantage also. Next. These are typical structures of cationic softener. Being an organic chemistry student, you know how you can easily read all these things. Next. Advantage of cationic softener, we talked about lubricity of the yarn. We talked about the physical property. Cationic minimizes the loss of physical property on resin replication. Then cationic also used for anti-stagnation to use for anti-stagnation also it will improve